Hello gamers and welcome to Let's Try Second Front, the World War II turn-based tactical wargame on squad level and individual vehicles. It's published by Microprose. The developer is Hexdraw, a two-man team from Austria, one coder and designer, and then also one guy for the graphics. It's got sort of a cartoonish toy soldier look, but is super in-depth. It's been in development for 5 years and kind of is based on tabletop war games a little bit. It's not my very first impressions. Unlike in most Let's Try videos, I did play through the tutorials because I thought it's interesting to know a little bit at least for this video. There are more than 40 infantry units and more than 200 vehicles, guns and so on. This is the look of the game. You can go in a garage and you can, I think you can also, but I didn't do it yet, you can also compare the units. Here you see you get a smoke dispenser, reload, the chance to reload, because if you shoot a certain way you have a chance to get a reload in the same turn. The time span is 1939 till 1945. There are individual scenarios, 48, plus 5, I think, campaigns, plus tutorials, plus a massive editor. So there really is a lot you can dive into. And as you can see, it's very, very detailed. Look at all the variants of the Panzerkampfwagen 6. You get the Panther 5G, you get the 6E, and so on and so forth. Tiger E, Flakpanzer, so a ton of units. And you can mount and dismount troops. It's all nicely animated a little bit here. What you can also do is turn the turret, and that's going to be important in-game as well. You can change the elevation of the gun. You can hide. If you are hidden inside, then sometimes some certain stuff you can't use, allegedly, like smoke. But I could somehow use it in the tutorial nonetheless. Not quite sure. And you move faster if the commander and the driver can see something. And then you also have HMGs. So lots of stuff here, as you can see. Guns. You've got the Germans, the Russians, and the Americans. Here now you can compare the two units. They need to be from different factions in order to be compared. M42, all well known from Steel Division 2 for me, and from books and stuff and documentaries, of course. You get range and so on. The game is super detailed. You have elevation, you have multi-storage buildings, you have different types of cover. There's even extra damage if you're hidden in the forest with infantry and a mortar hits you. There's a multiplier for extra damage for all this wood that gets splintered. So that's really cool. You can edit scenarios and campaigns, so there's supposed to be lots of new content created by the players. If you click on play, here you can see I played through all these tutorials. You get a description as well. Everything has been, I think, thoroughly researched. Then you get some vehicle tutorials. You do get 5 campaigns. You need to unlock them. Here, for example, you need to win 4 scenarios, German versus Russian, to unlock Borisov. And that's a Russian campaign, I think, and that's the American campaign. Then you get all those scenarios, 12 Russian scenarios, 12 German versus Russia, 12 German versus America, and then you get 12 American scenarios as well. It shows you the difficulty at the bottom here, and you need to unlock the scenarios. And as you can see, there will be lots of stars here. They will become very difficult. It's not an easy game. Don't be fooled by the toy soldier look. So, I haven't played any of the games yet, so we will just dive right in and capture the Pskov factories, hopefully. We can look at the forces involved. So we have 2 infantry squads here and 2 leader. No, that's 15 of these squads, and that's leaders and even better leaders. They helped that your troops, when they retreated and broke and retreated, that they find their strength again. And they also help with buffing shooting and stuff. 15 regular infantry troops, and in turn 5 we get some reinforcements. The Russians have lots of regulars, but less than we do, and they get reinforcements after 6 turns. So we should really rush. There's a text here as well. On July 7th, 1941, a gap opened between the 8th and the 27th armies, which the 1st Panzer exploited, dashing toward Pskov. The Red Army had little to stop the Germans, but attempted to move the 111th and 118th Rifle Divisions in to defend the 1,000-year-old city. They were severely delayed in the march because roads were clogged by retreating Soviet troops and masses of terrified civilians. Logistics and communications were hopelessly entangled on the crowded roads that were constantly under attack from the Luftwaffe. The disorganized divisions were all that stood against the 1st Panzer Division taking Pskov. There's also some cool details. There are some key differences between the factions as well. For example, the Americans, I think they are easier to break because they are fresher troops, but you get a lot, and also they find their strength faster after retreating. Germans are more elite soldiers and have also a better range with the Mauser. Things like that. There's also like more than 100 page, very detailed and good manual included, and you should definitely read that, in my opinion. I browsed through it already and played the tutorial, but I still want it to be a little bit early impressions. So go through that. Also check out the YouTube videos, including an interview with the developer on the official Microprose channel. Okay, then let's start. What happens then? You get this this text or the briefing while the game loads. Here we go. The game has multiple phases, like you move and fire, then the enemy fires, then there's the escape phase, then the enemy has to move, then there's the advance phase for you, which means you can move 1 tile. It's Hexfeld based, Hexgrid. You can move your infantry 1 tile to, for example, engage in melee combat. As you can see, we can zoom out. Here the Russian reinforcements will arrive. Here our reinforcements will arrive. We can zoom in quite a bit actually. And we can also, move the camera around in steps. We have a line of sight tool, so we can hover over any tile and it will show us line of sight. Line of sight is very important. There can also be hidden units, like AT units, for example. And here we can see, here we could see the victory conditions, but actually in the tutorial you get a tutorial text that you can open all the time. This is not the case here. Here, victory goal, we can click that. Capture the victory locations before any of them gets to 0 points. Victory point locations lose 10 points a turn. You do not control them. The computer will try to recapture the victory point locations until your infantry force is at least 1.5 times as strong as the computer's infantry force. So we've got 1.6 times the force, and we need to capture 3 spots. So from what I read, missions can be between like 15-ish minutes and an hour, the different scenarios. So we have move and fire. We don't have any special stuff now like mortars or combined arms or so. Here you can see the different elevations and the different movement types we've got. We can crawl, and we can walk, and we can run. After running, you have a problem because well, there's even some propaganda. After running, you shoot shitty on, and after driving with tanks as well. So I suggest we try to take this building from two sides. So first we run here. We're a bit under time pressure. And we send one unit through this forest here. And I try to get into these buildings. You can now this is the suggested path. Because the units are quite far away, I think we can take it. And we should be safe. We can even potentially run to the edge of the building. But that's maybe a little bit too risky. No, they can't see out. But we could run here. And then maybe shoot if they move into our line of sight. So let's run here. They should not be able to shoot, I think. Yeah, very good. We could fire, but there's still a question mark and we don't know them. Now here you can also see there's a two-story building. You can run multiple units. Also you can stack units, which I didn't do now. Or you can stack squads. I'm going to do it with them for demonstration purposes. Then we're going to run here and beef them up a bit. You can anytime, as you can see here, deselect or select individual units and move them individually. And here we can go through the different elevations, but we can also use tab. So here let's go and into this forest. He can actually get into the building. Stone buildings provide very good cover. Unfortunately, we can't get into this building, but let's get into this position, including a leader. Oh, another important issue. If you move, I didn't show it now, unfortunately. If you move your units together with a leader, then they move faster. You get 2 extra movement points. That's quite substantial. So in this game, leaders are very essential. I think I've moved all the units. And here we go. Now it's the enemy's fire phase, and he should not be able to fire because there was no line of sight. And there's the escape phase now. No one was broken and will try to escape. There's temperature here as well, lots of settings, as you can see. Not sure why this is red, so we move him here and have a very beefy squad. This is the advanced phase, which you can usually use to get into melee combat. But we move them to just get a little bit more forward. Let's double check. If he moves out here, we get line of sight. And we should maybe be able to get counter, but it's red, so I'm not 100% sure yet when you get the chance to move at shoot at advancing units automatically. Oh, I should have moved this guy maybe. No one needs to recover, and it's easier to have a successful recover roll with a leader present. It's not a super easy game, let me tell you that. Okay, they are advancing, trying to defend this factory. This is the factory we need to capture first because it's got the least points. Now we are in the fire phase, but as you can see, we don't have line of sight on anyone. At the top left, you can see when I hover over the enemy, we don't exactly know what it is, but we know that they are in ground floor level. No lines of sight. Yes, now there's another escape phase, and then it's going to be the Russian advance phase. They use it a little bit as well. And here you can see they are now taking cover a little bit. Now our 3 guys, what's his line of sight? He can shoot along the road, so I don't want to go there. So if I go here, they will certainly shoot at us. I want to stay in cover, so I walk here first. And then we can still continue walking. But I think for now we are staying in here. I will have this guy join up with the leader, even though it prevents me from walking further now. And then we move forward with you. With these guys I want to get into the houses. We can walk. We've got decent enough cover. But we can't shoot inside. It's going to be super hard, I think, this scenario already. And that's an easy scenario. Here we need to move in cover. And now I want to enter this building. As you can see, there's no line of sight. He can shoot outside. I must be careful not to walk this way. I want to go through the building. Okay, now he spotted me, but we are in a building too. Our chance to hit them is super low, as you can see. I can open the right click and we can now shoot by clicking here at fire at half range. There's a close range, basically next tile, half range and maximum range. We have moved and therefore we have very poor aiming, and we are in a stone and they are in a stone building. That gives us lots of debuffs. With him I want to go here. It didn't trigger an attack by him. We should be able to do something about it. And I want to move on. They've already fired, but they might fire again. I'm a bit worried because they are just yellow here. Let's walk here. Okay, they won't shoot. We could shoot at them, but limited chance of success. I won't shoot and just see if they move, and maybe we get a better shot. I've moved these guys already. Okay, I think that I've moved everyone. They will stay in here. Okay. Now we've got the advance phase. I don't think we can shoot after the advance phase, and we can't, as you can see, advance at anyone. But we're going to move forward with him a bit. Obviously, since I forgot about the advance phase a little bit, I could have actually moved here and then advanced into this building, which I didn't, so that wasn't too brilliant. Might cost us dearly. I still need to get into those phases a little bit, also because you don't see them all at once. I mean, you see quite advanced in advance the phases, but yeah, I'm new to the game, so that's something, you know, that you quickly pick up. As you can also see at the top right, you always see, you know, what type of building it is. Sorry, what type of terrain it is. And now they're moving in here. That's unfortunate. Our firing here did not pay off. We are in cover here. They are moving forward, but they're still in cover. They're shooting at us. They are in cover. They've got hedgerows. Tanks and vehicles can drive through hedgerows, but only tracked vehicles, or half-tracked at least, can move across walls. So we've got our fire phase. We can't fire with them. We can fire with them. We don't have the movement debuff now, so we're going to fire. Yeah, that was a bit to be expected with the limited percent chances. And here we can shoot because we already shot as they advanced. Fire phase. Fire all units that still can't fire. Which should only be this one, right? These can't fire? Yeah. You can't fire, you can't fire, you can't fire. Only this leader could potentially fire, but they are not within range of his weapons. This is quite a tough scenario to start with. I think the developer Joe Bader recommends to start with the Americans. But I thought, well, only one star, we can as well go with the Germans and try to capture the factories. And we are running out of time. Now we've got our move and fire phase. Going to move in with them. He gets attack of opportunity. One unit gets broken, unfortunately. We can fire back with limited chances of success. We need to move here, but we will crawl and shoot back. And they will crawl as well. Yeah, that's a bit odd that we are hitting so shittily. There's no line of sight on this, so we can safely get into here and shoot at them. Is there line of sight on this? No, so we can actually run in here. And you run here. Well, there's no line of sight on this, so we will also advance here. He can shoot outside, so I won't walk there. But there's no line of sight on this. I mean, there are lots of crates and stuff, so there's actually no wonder that there's no line of sight and that hitting them is difficulty. It's basically in-house fights in a factory. Really tough conditions for the soldiers. Here we do have a lot of cover. Now it's the escape phase. This unit is routing. We can try to recover it. But now we've got the advanced phase, which is good. I can now show you that we can move onto them, and they have we have an 8% ambush. They've got a 28% ambush chance, but in close combat we will have the better chance. And then after that, there is a melee phase. That is not displayed here right now, but there should be a melee phase. Here we do have the better ambush chance and will win for sure. they have line of sight on these tiles. It seems, because they stood up. But we can advance here. And we will also advance here. No, they can't move at all anymore. Okay, now it's the escape phase. We ambushed, killed in action, very good, very good. Wounded, killed in action, killed in action. Yeah, we've got, our leader got wounded, that's very unfortunate. But we did capture this building, which is very good. We must not forget that Russian reinforcements will arrive after 6 minutes. And I think it took us too long to get into this building to win the scenario. It might be very difficult. Okay, we can get some shots out. Maybe I can get them into prone position. The cover helping out a lot here. We've got the fire phase, but we can't fire on them. We can't fire here because they already fired. And then it'll be the Russian advance phase. Oh, they come next to us. I think that's not too bad for us. We will fire at them. And we need to move you in, but in prone. Unfortunately, we are missing a lot. Okay, now that was bad. We've been hit. They will retreat. I will send these units in as reinforcements in the hope that they don't get super suppressed. Okay, they are shooting out of the building. But we need to go there. But there's still one dude. But we might lose one guy. But we need to get there. Yeah, one guy broken, that's bad. But we need to win this position. And over here we need to move forward. I'm inclined to just run here and then in the and risk it. We don't have line of sight on anything here, but we risk it. I don't want to play quick save and stuff now. And then in the advance phase we can take the building and cover this road. Unfortunately, it's going to be the enemy's fire phase now. But as you can see, we kind of prevented them from advancing. Oh no, even our leader got disheartened. They didn't shoot, surprisingly. We can try to ambush them. We've got a better close combat chance and also a good ambush chance, so let's try to kill them. Unfortunately, they are all routing. Here we do have a good, decent, well, a 50-50 chance. Let's walk in, but we will also walk him in, which should increase our chances. 83%, good. And then it's only this dude left. We will just about manage to take the building, I think. And since there's a sergeant, he will help them to regroup. Now it's the melee phase. This is going to be tough. Ambush, killed in action. That's bad. Our leader got killed in action. And here we did have such a high chance to win. This is incredibly bad. what happens now is oh, I didn't move this unit in. No, I think it just rallied. Thing is, oh no. Here we can't fire or anything. That this will be really bad. The battle continues. Okay, we've pinned them at least. The battle continues until, or the melee combat rather, continues until one side has lost. This is my first proper scenario. Scale is already much larger than basically in all of the tutorials. The tutorials are really good. I had to replay the last tutorial several times. We lost so many guys here. Okay, a new leader has emerged and new reinforcements have arrived. We need them desperately. Move and fire. We need to move here. They won't shoot because they're engaged in melee. We can't shoot at them, but we need to get in here. I will send these troops here as well. So these three will need to attack them. And that won't even be enough, I fear. So this is a tough squad, which is good. I'm going to send them into this building. And there's one more dude. Just run here. Okay, the leader can move quite far. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to move with everyone here. No, yeah, let's go here. Then we are next to it, just in case. And the leader can maybe move one more tile. No. I would have liked to move him on this unit, but now I could not. Shame. Here we do have a leader unit. And I want them to help out over there. And oh, I actually forgot to move this unit. But it's half bad. We can just run into here. I hope. Yes. We've captured the building. So we only need to capture this one in this phase, in this turn. Otherwise, that's it. Problem was we didn't prevent them from entering quickly enough, I think. We need to get faster into this building and prevent the reinforcements from getting into the factory if possible. Okay, now I'm going to move these two units onto them. What does this symbol mean? Accuracy or something, or strength? I'm not sure. That means they ran. You need to check the manual a little bit for all these information. We should have a better chance here. So let's advance. And you can have a maximum of 4 infantry units per tile. And okay, I should have moved the leader here to help them regroup. That was a bit stupid. 4 infantry leaders per tile. And 1 vehicle per tile. So vehicles can block each other. Let's see how that goes. We should have the upper hand here. But if we don't kill them, and when killed, everyone is dead. They just massacred each other. This is a bloodbath. But we succeeded in capturing this spot. 123 victory points. Another of our units broke, unfortunately. And now it's turn 6 and they will get reinforcements. That's bad because we can't cross over to help. It's our fire phase, so we can shoot at them. Obviously we're going to try. And now that we don't have to use combat arms right now in this scenario, like mortars, AT guns and so on. We've got a rallied commander, that's good, or a rallied sergeant. New reinforcements have arrived, that's what we need. Bring them on. I'm going to send them in here. I could send them in here for earlier attacks on the reinforcements, but I think I'll just stick to this and play it very defensively. And these guys will go into here, because we also must cover this building a little bit. We have one more dude here. He has to run alone. Pinned, very good. At least something. Okay, we could prown here, and that's what we're going to do. And we can still shoot out. But that was not very successful. And here we need to get here with our best squad. %, better chances are here. Okay, that's good. And you move here, please. And then we can fire at him. He doesn't see us, apparently, because we are in the building. I'm going to move you in here. I don't want to wait to rally him, because we really need to beefen up that position. Or beef up that position. Okay, it's good that the leader is running. Now it's our advance phase. We can't advance on them, so we won't. They can stay where they are. They won't be able to tick us down to 0 here. There's a nice little soundtrack. I will turn up the volume a little bit. Recovery phase failed. And now the Soviet reinforcements have arrived, unfortunately. Unfortunately, we don't have anyone here in the forests. We need to get over there quickly. We will be able to hold this pretty much for sure. But it's not looking too bright on the other side. Fire phase, we can fire. Pinning down this unit. And breaking it. I don't think we'll be able to get across. That's very bad. We might have to move these guys over here, to be honest. Because then we still have this defense, and then we can do some in-house fighting with them as well. Oh bloody hell, I forgot to move the additional units on the left. But I think they would arrive too late anyway. 10 turns, right? As you can see, the AI moves rather carefully. Okay, now it's victory already. Very good. The Red Army, and there's always an aftermath. Also, you get some lessons after tutorial and so on. The Red Army defense of the Pskov area was doomed by the breakdown of logistics and communications. Basic needs for the troops could not be met. Although the Soviet infantry had good defensive terrain to fight off the Germans, their morale broke, leading to rout and surrender. Pskov fell without much of a fight. Then you can take a look at show scores, which is pretty cool. As you can see, a few people can already play because of early access for reviews and stuff. Oh, here Joe Bada, that's the developer. So I think we did okay here. Could have been slightly better, but for the first proper fight, it was good. Now I think this will... Oh, that's the victory sign now. Good. I think this will be it for this Let's Try video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and let me know if you want to see more content on the channel. I'm going to, about Second Front, like scenarios and stuff. I will be playing more for the review off camera. I'm going to review the game. I might have not mentioned that. Yeah, I'm super thrilled. Very, very exciting game. You should try it out. If you like war games, this is a true gem. And in the tutorials I could also already... Oh, I pressed continue. That was a bit stupid. I could already see quite a bit of, you know, other weapons as well, at least a little bit, like mortars and AT guns and wrecking cars and tanks and so on. And yeah, so check out the game. Thanks a lot for watching. Until then, bye for now.